welcome back to my channel. We're here today with a discussion of The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. And I love this book. I just finished reading it. This is a library copy. It's beat up, but I just had to come on here and chat about it, about why I'm going to be getting my own copy from my library after so long having this book on my TBR. I finally read it, and it's the kind of story that feels very familiar when you're reading it. It feels like the kind of book that you've read before. The author, well, no, the first person narrator is a young girl who is living in a I think she's living in a Latino community in Chicago, kind of an inner city community. And in this book, she is describing her surroundings, her home, her family, and the people who live around her, a little bit of their secrets. So the book is really short. It's really short, and the chapters, the vignettes, are also very short. So it feels really easy to get into, and I think that's part of the approachability of this book, that the vignettes are short and they feel like character sketches, but we're getting so much more than just big picture. We're getting a lot of the motivations of the people that live on Mango Street. So our first person narrator, at first she doesn't introduce herself, she doesn't tell us her name. It takes a few vignettes for us to get that, and there's a reason behind that, because her name is Esperanza, means hope. And first she describes a little bit of the surroundings and why they're not going to stay on Mango Street, and a few of the people that are around her. And then she talks about her hope and the hope of all the other people, how everybody, no matter where they are, their abject circumstances, whether it be physical or social, how they are working towards somewhere else and something else. Esperanza. And so I love it. I love that she gives this glimpse into life in this community, a little bit of the background of some of these characters, some of these people, how they fit in and how they don't. And a lot of it is transitional, because when we meet this character, she is young, and I think not too much time, chronological time passes, but there's a big transition in her life. So when we meet her, she's young and she's doing kid things, and as the book progresses, we see her getting involved in more adult situations, some of them forced on her, some of them change of life, some of them just situational. But I love it. I love this book. There's a lot to get from this story, from this kind of storytelling. It's not just vignettes, it's not just character sketches, it's more epistle. Because I feel like in these stories, the way Sandra Cisneros shares them, it's kind of building community, not just the community on Mango Street, but the community of readers, people who read this book and feel like it's okay. It's okay to be content with where you are, even as you're striving for more. It's okay for you to want the things that you want, and maybe hear some of the things that people who have wanted those things have gotten along with them. So it's a little bit of community building, but it's also kind of a, don't do what these other people did kind of story. But there's so much to love in this book. It's short. It's just a little over 100 pages, and you saw the text, man. There's lots of blank space in this page, but I feel like it's the kind of blank space that you write your story over. So love it. You made us.